Hey, Blades fans, and welcome to another Blades Q&A presented by Merrill Lynch. A very special guest today, the 11th District Vice President of the Florida Professional Firefighters, Eric Chudzik, joins us. Eric, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Now, tell us what kind of training you do on a daily and weekly basis for your profession.
Well, here in the city of Cape Coral, where I've worked for almost 20 years, we have our regular daily training, which just basically consists of firefighter fundamentals, for anything from structure fires to vehicle accidents, marine incidents, or EMS calls. So we try to keep it simple and just do the basics, and then we do go outside the box and do co-op training with other agencies in the area because we do get called out to assist them as well.
Gotcha. Now, what kind of to day, but also changes to your emergency calls? What kind of changes have been to those due to the COVID-19 pandemic?
Well, we haven't really changed up too much of what we do. I mean, we still have to respond to every type of call. Basically, we're just taking greater precautions. So our dispatch is doing a fantastic job getting information prior to the calls, and then if we encounter a potential COVID situation, we just take more precautions when it comes to protective equipment and things that we need to wear ourselves to protect ourselves.
Do you see this pandemic kind of changing the way that you guys act? I know you just said things haven't changed too much for you. You still have to respond to calls normally, but has the way that you guys reacted to emergency calls, is that going to change in the future as well?
No, I don't think so. I just think how we approach them. I mean, we still have to get out there and do the job regardless of the situation that's in front of us. So no, I would like to think we're going to get back to normal here sometime soon, knock on wood, but no, I don't think it'll change for us at all.
Now, you partner with MDA as well. Tell us why that's important.
Well, we've been the primary partner for MDA for over 65 years, and we have a long storied history of it dating back to a firefighter in Boston who had a child who had this terrible disease. So it's just something that, when you start, it's part of what we do. It's part of our history. It's ingrained in us. And to do it for over 65 years and to be able to say we've helped raise over $650 million is pretty incredible, to say the least.
Wow. I want to ask as well, kind of what drew you to be a first responder and to kind of adopt this way of life?
Well, that's pretty easy. My dad was a cop up in Buffalo. He was a New York State police officer. So I'm a cop kid. I saw that he got to help people throughout his career, and it's just something that always drew me to the profession. Ironically, I'm on the other side of the fence, but it's all good.
So is he a role model then for you, someone that you looked up to?
Absolutely, 100%.
Is there one word or phrase to describe the relationship that you have with your fellow first responders? What would it be?
Brotherhood. Hands down, brotherhood. The camaraderie that we have is second to none, and having grown up played at sports my whole life, there's nothing that comes close to it.
Now, unfortunately, this season we were not able to host the police versus firefighters game that usually happens prior to an Everblades game due to the pandemic. But just going off the personnel on the rosters and past matchups, who would have taken the crown this year?
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot like that. That's an easy one. Of course, the good guys are gonna win. We're gonna win again. So we have a very good team. Not that the cops don't, but we're pretty fortunate with the guys that we have on our team that have come through the walls of that rink. So
I want to know, as the district VP, you kind of talked before we started about heading up to Tallahassee and speaking with legislators and stuff like that. What additional responsibilities do you take on aside from those of a normal firefighter, I guess, being the district VP of the 11th district here, the Florida Professional Firefighters?
Well, being a big union advocate, I was president of the Cape Coral Professional Firefighters for 6 years, and then I advanced up to the Florida Professional Firefighters. We basically just are an advocate for working hours and terms and conditions of employment for all of our union members, brothers and sisters. So we just try to have their backs in every way possible when it comes to protective equipment, cancer legislation, which we've been able to pass recently in the past couple of years, PTSD legislation for our members that are affected when they retire or during their careers from these bad calls and stuff. Suicide and cancer are very, very high in our industry. So if we can help mitigate those issues and problems for our members, then I'm all about it.